So like 2 weeks ago, which is like a million years in internet terms, but whatever, New York Times bestselling author Hank Green posted a thing to his Tumblr that I thought was just exceptional. Oh, what is it, you probably asked, but I have no way of knowing, because apart from the fact that this dialogue is one way, I couldn't hear you over the sound of how utterly insignificant we all are. And that was it, that was the picture that he posted. And the reason I think it's exceptional is because I take a hell of a lot of exception to it, and allow me to explain why. Basically, the sentiment of the image conflates being relatively physically small with being unimportant. And first of all, depending on your frame of reference, anything is relatively physically small. Even the whole universe, like the total volume of everything that exists. Yeah, that's pretty big, but it's dwarfed by the total volume of everything that doesn't exist. But all that doesn't matter because, more importantly, small doesn't mean insignificant. Because if you get a couple of milligrams of rice in an 80-kilogram human, that's very significant. And if you've got millions and millions of miles of uninhabited ocean and then somewhere in the middle of it is you stranded on a raft, that's the significant bit. And if you've got one planet with conscious life out of all the inert billions that we know of, surely that's the most significant thing of all. Because in that photo, in that pale blue dot photo, there's a hell of a lot of space pictured. It extends unimaginably far in every direction, and in all that volume of space that's pictured, there is one thing in that photograph that merits a giant white arrow pointing to it. The sentiment of Carl Sagan's pale blue dot speech is that all human history happened on this pixel, this mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. And with that perspective, all wars over territory and that sort of thing are completely futile, and I'm totally on board with that. But there's another side to it, and that is all of human history happened on this pale blue dot. Every, story ever told, every thought ever thought, every single time somebody's looked out into space and thought, God, that's huge, has happened, like, there. This, like, as far as we know, every thing that's really happened, that, like, if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Like, applies to all of space except Earth. And you're going to say that that thing is insignificant? Pardon me, but I respectfully disagree.